I'm going to show you about drawing pine needles on pine trees. Someone made the request, so next time you're out, go on a little hike or something like that, go in the woods. Take some pictures and just do some visual study of trees, pine trees, fern trees, whatever type of trees you want to draw. And even break off a few branches, and you can use them as, you can draw whatever angle you prefer, horizontal, vertical, sorry, or horizontal. It's up to you. I'm going to go like this. If you're watching on your cell phone, I guess it would have been nice if I was like this, but most people who watch these tutorials tend to watch at this particular angle. So anyways, where's my stupid pencil? Here it is. And, if you have an eraser handy, an eraser's good too. And maybe even if you're going to be drawing in pencil, put a glove on or something like that, or just have a little scrap piece of paper. You can use something like this, like a thin piece of transparent paper, and just draw your hand. Just put your hand on it. That way you're not, smearing your drawing. You don't have to use special paper. You can actually even just use wax paper even. Or, yeah, just make sure it's nothing like that's too coarse. Like, don't use tissue paper because you'll, sorry, I just had this piece kicking here. Don't use this because it will grab your pencil or your ink, and it will make a mess on you. So something like this is good to use. I'm not too concerned myself because I got this glove on here. That you can rest your hand on. So I just sort of quickly drew a little pencil shape here just to sort of follow along here. And I'm just going to actually use the 0.5. You don't have to use the 0.5 if you don't want it, but again, remember, keep your lines. Don't go too horizontal with them. Horizontal or vertical. Just try to be fairly diagonal with them here. And keep your little branch bits roughly the same length. And it's kind of good to do everything in groups of 3 as well. And if you haven't already, if you're drawing on an individual sheet of paper on your table or whatever, use your other hand to hold it down. I'm left-handed. My right hand is actually holding it down. This pad is fairly heavy, but if you're just using a single sheet of paper, it's going to move around. So hold it down with your hand, or maybe even better, tape down the corners. That would even be better, actually. Hopefully my hand isn't blocking. I'm trying not to block the camera with my hand here. And just keep yourself mindful through the entire drawing. Groups of 3, and do everything on angles, your pine needles. And you can solidify your little branch end pieces as well as you draw, as you go along. Oops, make this a bit longer here. And so you can even have a few branches that come off of it that don't have anything on them, like little dead branches, whatever. It just adds to the realism of it, right? And if you're in the forest, take a picture of a pine tree branch. And you notice that like some of the branches have pine needles on them, are green, some have dead ones, and some don't have any pine needles at all. And just to clarify, I'll do a little bigger example here. Like, if this was a one little pine needle section here, here's your stem. And just have everything coming off of it on an angle like that. And then as you get to the top, just you can come down here like this and around again. And you can just have a few little broken ones down at the bottom here. Just throw in a few angled ones at different angles just to give it a little bit more of a three-dimensional appearance, right, of thickness. So this is if you wanted to go heavier detail like that. So here's another sample here. So you can go like this too if you wanted to. I'm doing this extra large just so you can kind of see it. And at first you'll feel a little bit rigid, uncomfortable, but as you begin to draw, the more and more you'll start to feel a little more confident. And don't be too rigid either with it like that. So, and again, the pencil. If you can see that, avoid going like this. Just stay away from that. Again, don't do that. So if you've done a pencil sketch to start, and if you're going to do it in pencil, that's fine. Maybe you wanted to do in graphite, or you want to do like 2H HB and 6B or whatever else, that's good too. So, but in this case, I'm going to do ink. So I'm just going to like ink right over like this. Oops. These pens, you got to do this with these to get the ink going on them. I might actually switch over to a thicker pen here. The 0.3 is good for smaller drawings, little details, but this is just for your sake here, really. I'll show you. I'll go back over it with a thicker pen. So another little example here, you can have a large branch coming off a tree. So let's say this is your tree right here, and then you have your branches coming off, your large main branches. So you can just do like this, just draw a little guide to follow like that. And you just simply just go like this here. Same idea with your little, what I was showing you there earlier with your pine needles. In this case, I'm just sort of going zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. I'm not drawing like individual pine needles. Because if you're seeing it from a distance like this, you don't need to go heavily super detail. You can just shade in a few areas here as well, just to give it a sense of depth. Maybe this branch here comes down a bit further at the end here as well. And they're going to droop, because obviously we're dealing with gravity, and and perhaps maybe you have snow on it as well. So if your trees are snow covered, you might want to plan ahead for that as well. What I did a tree one time, a drawing that had snow on it, and what I did is after I penciled it in, I went and, excuse me, I used masking fluid over top of the areas that I wanted to show as having snow on them. So the masking fluid blocked off those areas, and then I just inked in the drawing, and then I went and removed the masking fluid afterwards, and it gave it that appearance of being covered in snow. Oh shoot, hope that's not blurry. There. So here's another type of branch you can draw too as well. So you can have them like this. Just little clumps at the end, so maybe actually they're pointing towards you. There, something like that. It's hard to keep this thing in focus sometimes. Let me just do a little tree here. So here's your, and then basic shape, triangle, and then just your branches coming off like this. And then just follow along. Go back over it with ink or pencil, whatever, right? Here's your base here. And then I actually like to start at the top, actually. And just widen your tree towards as you go down, and maybe you can leave a little bit of the tree stalk, the tree itself showing this main line here. Just keep that showing at every once in a while here. Maybe right here as well. And just go back and darken up a few areas here. There we go. It is a nice day to go for a hike anyways. What's that there? A nest? It's
squirrel nest or something.